Hello, students. This is me, teacher Bruno. And in today's class, we are going to study about adjectives and comparatives. So firstly, let's go on to the list of the most common English adjectives. Adjectives are qualities of words, people, objects, etc., etc. And the most common adjectives all students should know are, of course, good. This coffee is good. Big and small, about size. Hot and cold, that are about temperature. The tea is hot. It's a hot day. It's about temperature. Cold is the opposite of hot. The food is cold, and I'm cold. Expensive, it is about price. The supermarket is expensive. Difficult and easy. English is not so difficult. At least I hope so. Easy is the opposite of difficult. Free, open, closed. So here we have a list of the most common adjectives in the language. My colleagues are nice. Your apartment is very nice. Our shops are closed on Sundays. Our shops are closed until tomorrow. Hungry. I'm hungry. Let's go eat something. Late. The class starts at 8 a.m. You joined at 8:10. You're 10 minutes late. So late is always an adjective. Right, happy. We are happy to be here. I'm happy to have you here. New and old, two opposites, new and old. Tall, 2 meters. Very tall. Ready and far. So those are very common adjectives in the English language. With that in mind, we can study about comparatives, because comparatives are used when we are comparing two things, two objects, two different people. For example, Luke is taller than Matthew. We are comparing two people, Luke and Matthew. This armchair is more comfortable than the sofa. We are comparing the sofa and the armchair. This is the adjective, and this is the comparative. More comfortable. For adjectives with one syllable, we simply add er. Old, older, cheap, cheaper, tall, taller, hot, hotter, etc., etc. One syllable, er. But we must pay attention to this pattern: syllable, consonant, vowel, consonant. When consonant, vowel, consonant happens, consonant, vowel, consonant, we double the final consonant. Hotter, bigger, thinner, we double the final consonant. With two syllable adjectives ending in y turns into IER. Healthier, happier, noisier. And more than two syllables, we use more. More difficult, more complicated, more interesting, more generous. So that's how we make comparatives from adjectives. Small, smaller, hot, hotter, cold, colder, expensive, more expensive. We can use less, and then it's always necessary when we are comparing two items. Peter is less popular than Marta. Than is always used. Taller than, more comfortable than. When we are comparing the two items, the armchair and the sofa, it is necessary to use than. Sometimes we use than me to abbreviate our sentences a little bit. His sister is more intelligent than him, than me, than you, her, etc., etc. Much and a bit are intensifiers. A bit taller. English is a bit more difficult than, I don't know, Spanish, at least for Brazilians. Bit taller, much more expensive. Japanese and Chinese are much more difficult. Old Greek is much more difficult than English. And we always have to be careful with common mistakes, such as more taller, more easier. This is very common. We use more or er, but we never use more and er together. That's wrong. My brother is more taller. No, he's taller. So this is a very common mistake. It's taller than, not that, than. So always remember to pronounce the N, taller than. And those are very common mistakes in the language, and we have to be careful not to do them. Anyway, students, thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this, and see you next class. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.